The Philadelphia 76ers begin the game with the basketball. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. One will perceive that Ben Simmons has already won a championship when that has not been the case. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Butler to bring it up. He'll run the offense. To Embiid. Butler. His first effort off the mark. Here's Westbrook controlling the offense.
I got him. Here we go.
To Adams. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
From the painted area, won't go down.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Right.
Simmons to Butler. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. Westbrook across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Redick. To Butler. Oh, he had him there for a second. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but in so many ways, the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's a big-time lockdown defender on the perimeter. You surround him with youth and Hamidou Diallo, Terrence Ferguson, Alex Abrinas. This team has a chance to compete for a Western Conference Finals.
It's Russ at the controls. That's rebounded by Embiid. Redick with it. Leads three. Fires the three. And J.J. Redick gets the three to drop.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Westbrook to Adams. Goes reverse to lay it in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Fultz with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Substitutions, Philadelphia.
To Westbrook. Has a chance. Deep and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Thunder with the basketball. George. Oh, whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Westbrook. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
That's no good.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
to Westbrook. Has a look. Slams it home on the putback.
And it's still early in this game, but you can't send the wrong message to the offense by letting them think they can own the glass.
Fires the three. Buries the trifecta. The Thunder have the possession. George on the drive, but his shot misses.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs.
The crossover gets inside, and the slam dunk. He's endured a major injury. He's had a change of address. But you look at Paul George, he is in the prime years of his career.
And there's no doubt about it. This entire offseason, if I were Paul George, I would think about how do I constantly channel my self-assigned alter ego. Playoff P needs to step up to the court every single day and bring that energy.
Joel Embiid, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Entering the game for Philadelphia, number 31, Mike Muscala.
Westbrook into the front court. 5-point game. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 2 of 4 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Butler defended by Robertson. From 18 feet at the buzzer. It's good to beat the buzzer. He got it off just in time to count the basket, and they're back within striking distance. And on to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to see quite that level of offensive production that we saw to start this one.
Well, the offense is hitting on all cylinders. Great ball movement, great shooting, great passing. But my goodness, has the defense been horrific. Can we do something about that, please, in the second quarter?
Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Markelle Fultz. Schroeder. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
When I think about the biggest international names in the game today, Dennis Schroeder's name probably isn't the first that comes to mind. But did you know that he's one of only 3 players to ever play in the league from Germany? Detlef Schrempf, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dennis Schroeder. He is a blur with the basketball, and he will be the first or second option offensively down the court each and every possession.
Defense.
Embiid. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Great looking vision. Cruises inside for 2.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Butler. Fultz. Can't get the bounce. Sixers have it. To Embiid. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Thunder with the basketball. Schroeder to Westbrook. Surveys the floor. It's Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. The inner beast of Westbrook, sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
A simple touch foul.
George, that's his first personal foul. Team foul.
Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Have to be careful inbounding the basketball, but good anticipation by the defense. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's now 5 for 6.
I love when I get a chance to watch guys who can make more out of what they actually have in their arsenal. And that's who Dennis Schroeder is. For a guy who really can't shoot, he sure does put the ball in the bucket.
Oklahoma City ball. Nothing going here on that drive to Westbrook.
Come on, please. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
To Paul George. Lets it fly from long range. And Paul George good on the quick release there. We've seen Paul George's game evolve in recent years. Mixed results, Jay. How does he get back to being that elite two-way guy?
I think he needs to find a way to be aggressive. Let me bring you in and tell you what he dealt with this past year. When you're a guy who's used to having the ball in your hands, you can make more mistakes because you have more possessions. Then all of a sudden, when you play with a ball-dominant guard like Russell Westbrook, you don't have the ball as much, which means you try to make more out of less opportunity that you have. You force the action way more. Look for Paul George to be way more assertive in this game and find his rhythm by having the ball in his hands.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Schroeder. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. It's Westbrook. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. McConnell to Redick. J.J. Redick. He's 2 for 2 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Westbrook into the front court. The margin is 2. Halftime on the horizon. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Butler, tough matchup against George. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
I got ball. I got ball. I got so far.
Westbrook. Deep 3 at the buzzer. So a tie one as we reach the break in a one-point game. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen. To come in the second half, a one-point game as we resume play here in the third quarter. Russell Westbrook with the rock. Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason. Paul George, he chooses the Thunder. He stays in OKC.
And how about what Paul George said? He said, it's a perfect opportunity to submit myself and bring a championship where it has never been brought. And I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be Playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beast Book?
Paul George. To Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2. Simmons into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Nothing going here on that drive. Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
To Adams. OKC now with 4 to shoot. It's George for 2. No good. Butler into the front court. His guys down 3. Gets a look. Can't hit. Westbrook with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint. Jay, if you're Russell Westbrook, how do you take on the responsibility of getting them over the hump?
You have to own it, Ed. And that starts with owning the fact that, yes, you were the first player in the history of the game to average a triple-double back-to-back years, but that did not equate to your team being successful. Sometimes less is more. And he has to make sure that he's surrounded and allowing the players he's surrounded with to help him get to the next level.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
George, guarded by Jimmy Butler. Cleans the offensive glass. Adams swings it. To Westbrook. Driving right to the basket. Westbrook. Blocked by Butler.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And look out. Big finish at the rim. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
The drive, right to the basket. Westbrook. To George. Oh, had him going there for a second.
Watch Cutter. Watch Cutter. Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Now a steal by Philly.
Hey, switch. I got him.
And they call it.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA Awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Westbrook with it. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Russell Westbrook powers it through. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, Jimmy Buckets really has an inspiring story. From being homeless at the age of 13 before moving in with a friend, reads like a basketball version of The Blind Side. That grit has become the fabric of his DNA. From Tyler Junior College to Marquette to the 30th pick in the first round, are you kidding me? To where he is now, Jimmy Buckets has had to earn every inch that this game has given him.
And scores.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Oklahoma City's got it. Westbrook. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Contact on the drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Here's Simmons with it up top. Shot clock off as they trail by 3. Oh, Ben Simmons. 3 for 6 now.
Putting on a show here, getting oohs and ahs from the crowd. This is entertainment, people.
I got ball. This is all me.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. Thunder with the lead. This has been a battle thus far. A 1-point game as we get things back going here in the fourth. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Russ at the controls to Adams. Kicks it around the perimeter. Here comes the screen. Westbrook to Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Trying to cash in, off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. To Adams. Taken by the Sixers. Down to Chandler. And throws it down.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Whistle blown. In the eyes of the ref, intentional.
Not a smart play at all. The reason why we have techs in this game is to protect players. You know better than that.
Westbrook. Sixers have it.
Don't play scared now. Let's push the ball. Let's get this lead up.
Slam dunk for Markelle Fultz.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Goes to the right side. To Westbrook. Curling inside. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Fultz into the front court. Leads just a point. The pass set it all up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Paul George, not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
New blood coming in for both sides. Fultz with the basketball. His team up by 1. To Butler. Oh, he had him there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
George. Has a chance. Patterson a shot. No. To Butler. Lays it up and in.
You know, every time I watch Jimmy Buckets, the tenacity he plays with on the defensive end, it just reconfirms the fact that he's been named an All-Star 4 times. He shot a career best 47% from the field in 2017-18. So when you think about trying to lock him up, you have to limit his touches, and you have to force him to catch the ball with his back to the basket. Make him put the ball down on the ground and make contested shots, because if you don't, Jimmy Butler will cut you apart.
Driving right to the basket. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Westbrook across the timeline. His guys trail now by 4. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Embiid, good for 2.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Philadelphia with the basketball. McConnell to Embiid. Shot from the lane won't go. Westbrook into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Strong finish for Paul George.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Butler to Embiid. Had a chance, but it's no good. To Westbrook. And scores. Strong take.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Sixers call for time. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Simmons. Redick. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Blocked by...
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay.
Back
15-footer at the buzzer. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win a close one by 2. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a NBA on EA Sports.